So it's pretty breezy this morning. So I'm hoping the audio level's okay. But here we are on the bank of Loch Morlich. It's pretty cloudy. Looks like there's some ducks down here. Let's try and see what they are. Are they all mallards, or is there something among them? Oh, what's this on its own? Oh, we've got a female goldeneye. Not particularly great light. Often where the females are, the males aren't too far behind, so we'll keep an eye out. So we've been staying in this wood for a couple of days, and we're in a little camper van that we've hired, and we put out a little bird feeder with some sunflower seeds in, and within a couple of hours of it going out, it was discovered by the local bird life, and before we know it, there was just a constant stream of coal tits, great tits, huge number of coal tits, but also great tits and blue tits, chaffinches and blackbirds would come on the ground. And then once you got that many birds in an area, other birds, even though they're not interested in the food you're putting out, they feel more comfortable. And we would have tree creeper. We heard goldcrest and crossbill, didn't see them. And as long as the tree creeper, great spotted woodpecker. So they're all about, which is great to see. And it's a really nice trick if you're going to a new area. Why just put bird food out in your garden? If you're going to be there a couple of days, so there's time for it to be discovered, take some bird seed with you and a feeder. And the camperman makes a good photography hide as well. Not that the birds are actually bothered. I mean, sometimes I go to move the feeder and the birds would stay, all around me. Coming up to a small stream here, which is flowing into the loch, I believe. Really nice and peaceful. The bracken's all turning. It would have been bright green a few months ago. Nice bracket fungi. This is obviously dead birch. think this is called horseshoe fungus, I think. Or bracket fungus. And I'm not meaning as a species, I'm meaning more as just the type. I do like the different fungi you get. If anyone knows what the species are, put a comment in the chat. I don't know my fungi, although I am quite a fungi, if you know what I mean. Terrible puns. Yesterday when I came here, there were lots of mallards on the river, but I suspect they're all out in that big group that I saw on the loch just now. But I will share some of the images I took yesterday at this point. See if we can see anything from this here bridge. Yesterday and the day before, this had quite a bit of dipper action here. I love dippers, they're really characterful birds. So a little look both ways. The lichen on the tree here is beautiful. Nice light on the water. No sign of the dipper just yet, but one little tip. If you're wanting to photograph dippers and grey wagtails, both birds found on these mountain streams, look for nice perches, rocks typically, but potentially tree branches that have white bird poo on them. So there's one here, and I keep an eye out for them and sometimes just stop and watch them for half an hour, rocks like that, and sure enough a dipper will turn up. This is really good shallow water for them, and they'll feed around here and keep coming out to that rock. And I know that this is one because I saw a dipper here yesterday, and it's my opportunity to insert some photos of that. But quiet mountain streams, sometimes it's easier to find the perch that will make a good photo rather than the bird, and just wait by the perch and wait for the bird to turn up and get your photos then. little bit overgrown up here, but that may be a good thing. Maybe some wildlife in here. Okay, so, wow, I don't know if you can see through all this mass of twigs and branches, but clear evidence of beaver activity. Loads of trees down here. They have been super active, and it's fresh. Let's look at that. Wow. Let's get down a bit closer. Wow, even more. Wow. Super active beavers. So, wow, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one not quite through yet. I'll be back to finish that off. 6, 7, 8. And that's older. That is quite a bit older, that one. And then here is this is a path where the beavers come out the water. 8, I've had 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, that's older too. Wow. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I'm not going to go through there, but at least 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, at least 34 trunks or branches cut by beavers. So that is phenomenally active. I don't think I've ever seen an area with quite that much activity. Most of it was fresh, as in the last few months. A few of them, just going to try and find a way out through this bracken. A few of them were older, and by a few I mean like 3 or 4 out of the 30. So beavers are active here. Whether their lodge is up this river or another one nearby, I don't know, but I'd hazard a guess that with that much activity there is a lodge nearby. Really nice to see. As well as moving rivers, beavers like to find or create stagnant pools. And they often create dams with that in mind. Trees fallen down. So it looks like the river's come round here and it's been cutting into the bank on the outside of the bend, and then these trees have fallen down, roots and all. That doesn't look like the work of deep. Oh, I've seen a dipper. I can see a dipper a bit upstream. Yeah, so it's feeding mid-channel there. It's pretty poor light compared to yesterday, from this angle anyway. I think I'll try and get a bit closer. It's always a balance. I don't want to scare it off. Oh, it's a bit closer now. It's just on the banks. So I'm going to put you down. Classic dipper feeding behaviour. This is classic dipper feeding behaviour, and this bobbing action. And this bobbing action. Where have you gone? Oh, there it is in the midstream again. I love dippers. Found on fast moving or medium moving mountain streams, less so on mature rivers. This is about as gentle a river, I think, as they would be seen on. I imagine at other times of year this is pretty fast moving as well. So after the snow melts up in the Cairngorms. Oh, there you are. I've got this real characterful little bobbing action. Every so often you see it flick its eyelids because it feeds underwater and it keeps its eyes open. It's got this extra lid that it can close. For when it's underwater, it helps it see underwater. Very cool dipper action. It's nice to, I always get a particular thrill when I've taken photos of something and I leave it where I found it. I haven't scared it off. It's still there, going about its daily business. It's really important to remember that the photo's not as important as the well-being of the bird. Oh, but there it is. Oh, got a clean sight to it and I'm quite a bit closer. Let me take another photo. I don't want to disturb it. Ah, I love dippers. I love dippers. Oh, and look at this for some beaver action. Oh, now if I lived here, I would be setting a camera trap up on this tree, watching this tree, I mean, not on it, because it would get damaged, because they're going to be back to finish this job. That tree is coming down in the next few weeks, I would say. So you're looking for, you see how fresh these shavings are. They've not had time to decay. They're really fresh, orange white. They're not a sort of grey brown. So yeah, that tree's coming down soon. This is really current beaver activity, so really nice to see that. I've seen my first dog walker, so I'm going to make a move to try and put some space between me and it, because I, where possible, want to do this in a single take. I don't really want to cut and splice. I want it to be like you've been on this walk with me in real time. Well, this is more mature Caledonian pine here. That's oh, that's interesting. Well, there's a robin singing. That's nice. Is this a beaver lodge? A really big pile of... The problem with this, so in favour of this being the beaver lodge, is there's so much beaver activity around here, and it looks like a beaver lodge. However, I am seeing no chewed branches at all. It looks like these have been felled with a chainsaw. There are felled trees here and over the other side, and none of these logs and branches look like they've been taken down by a beaver. They all look like they've been chopped with a chainsaw. So this could potentially be a forestry action to try and protect the bank rather than a beaver lodge. When I first saw it, I thought beaver lodge for sure. So big, so deliberate. But now I'm not sure. What do you think? Comments, please. Is this a beaver lodge or is this forestry action? I really want it to be a beaver lodge, but I think this could be man-made. What do you think? I want to hear what you think. There's more beaver action over there, but you see how those trunks are ending with a chewed point, and there's nothing in that lodge that looks chewed. Forests like this, Caledonian pine, Scots pine and birch forest, is what Britain would have been like before mankind came along and changed it all to meet our needs. Most of Britain was covered in trees, obviously different kinds and different locations. But up here, this is a fairly original type of landscape. And there are efforts to bring it back, which I think are really good. Make more of Scotland these kind of habitats, because it's what the native animals need. To enjoy the stream sound, it's very calming. Ooh, some more little fungi. There's some flavour. If you know what they are, give me a comment. I don't know my fungi, so educate me. I think we have a beaver track. This is fresh because it's not that the vegetation doesn't exist, but it's been pushed down. So this vegetation would have come up in spring, summer, and it's been pushed down by whatever's been walking on it. And whatever's been walking on it, I would hazard a guess, did that. So, beavers active in this area, maybe coming out the water here, although that doesn't look particularly, they use their feet often to scurry out and create quite muddy exits. So maybe they're going into the water more than they're coming out here. Beavers have a habit of floating downstream with the flow, going with the flow, you might say, and then making their way upstream on the banks. So why would a beaver come in here or come to the water from here? Where are they crossing over this path? Not seeing any evidence of it carrying along. So would they then use the path they've got in the night? They would have no problems using the path if there's not humans around. Here's another one. That looks a bit more like they might exit here. A bit more muddy, but not particularly. So quite a bit of evidence here of possibly beavers using this path that I'm on to come up and downstream and access the river at different points, but also have a good chew on the trees. Now my suspicion is that there's watery pool somewhere on the left that they've maybe been using. Now that quite possibly an exit point. I'm not seeing any fresh paw prints, so it's not hugely actively used. But that's more the kind of thing they make. It's a bit wide for it, to be honest. Maybe a bit wide for a beaver. Another beaver tree down there. Okay, well, I mean, you'll be able to see better than me. I'm not getting on my hands and knees, but again, evidence of wildlife coming in and out there. Could be beaver, could be otter. So you're looking for these sort of tracks, right? So, yeah, these channels in the water, again, beavers, these channels, I think. Lots of beaver action. More gnawed branches. Okay, don't want to get wet feet. Little stream, little muddy pool. No particular evidence of activity. Okay, stagnant pool on the left-hand side of the track. Oh, and a nice long channel. So, yeah, well, this is definitely yeah, I think this looks like an access point coming out. It's a bit muddy, so been scratch free from. It has been raining in the last few days, so paw prints have probably been washed away, scratch points. But that's looking like, to me. And then crossing the path, maybe going in here, slipping into that pool and swimming up either, it splits here. So the main river's split here with an island in the middle, and you can imagine that it would be quite tempting for them to dam one side of that. We're getting fairly close to the road, so I think I'm going to stop the video at some point. Oh, I've got a dipper though, out there sat on the river. Look, another clear path. Still pools on this side. Hello, little dipper. Every bird has their own circle of fear. And if you show interest in it inside that circle of fear or circle of awareness, it's off, it's gone. And I just did that with that dipper, it's just flown downstream. Well, I hope you've enjoyed taking this walk with me in the Caledonian Pine Forest, the Scots Pine Forest near Aviemore on the bank of Loch Inch. We've seen some things you would expect, mallard, goldeneye, woodland birds. But beavers have obviously recently arrived, I would say, in the last few years, and are very active now. Which is good to see, because they're native to Britain, they deserve to be here. And if we get out of the way, they will make the landscape a better place. Yes, they're chopping some trees down, but not in numbers that affect the health of this forest. And their landscaping or engineering skills can be to the real benefit of this habitat and to the ecosystem. They're good at flood management. Yeah, and it's nice to see. We haven't seen them, but we have seen their activity and been able to play a wee bit of detective to see what they've been up to. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you've enjoyed the pace of this video. And yeah, take care. I'm new to YouTube. This is my third video. So help me out. Click like, click subscribe, give me a comment. Was that a beaver lodge or not? Let me know what you're up to and what you make of this video. Do you want to see other point of view videos like this in the future? Anyway, I'm signing off. I'm Michael Cook, Wild Scott Photography, and it's been a pleasure to take this walk and share it with you today.